Hey friends. Hi, I'm Kimberly Cordova, founder of Thrive Collective, and this is my first Get Ready With Me live. And honestly, I'm a bit nervous, and right now I am all by myself, which I completely expected. And I got this idea from Jen Gottlieb from a mastermind that I joined. And she said that visibility is a muscle and practice is showing up. So even if it feels awkward. So anyways, it does feel very awkward. So here I am practicing. So if you're watching live, which you are not because I'm here all by myself, or on replay, which hopefully somebody does, thanks for being here. Anyways, let's be real. Most of us don't wake up feeling like leaders every day, but how you start your morning, your routines, your mindset, how you talk to yourself can absolutely how you shape and how you show up for others. So that's why I'm here and doing these. I'm going to start doing these Get Ready With Me videos so I can practice, I can start showing up for myself, start showing up for others, and start my routine and share some leadership tips with others. Anyway, so let's get started. Anyways, so I'm going to start doing these Get Ready With You or Get Ready With Me. Have a coffee. Hopefully you guys have your coffee and we'll just chat. And if people join and ask questions, I'll say hi and feel free to ask me questions and give me ideas for what you want to talk about later. And we'll just kind of get ready together. So, it's kind of my routine. So, anyways, my routine's pretty basic. I don't typically wear too much makeup on a daily basis. I do my consulting work from home and starting to do some training courses and do some other consulting and things like that. So, anyways, a few years ago I was running a big consulting project and burning out pretty bad. And I'd wake up and I'd keep my phone by my bed, and honestly sometimes I still do. Almost every day I still do. And my husband Greg hates that I'm always checking my phone, always on my phone, and it's a habit I'm trying to break. But I'd wake up, I'd check my phone, I'd dive into email almost immediately. And by 10 a.m. I'd already feel very behind. And one of my mentors actually challenged me. What if you gave yourself just 15 minutes before you let the world in? And so I tried it. I started with no phone rule for the first 15 minutes of my day. And I'd make my coffee. And I'd sit there, sit with my hubby, and I'd maybe sit there with my journal or my notepad. And then I'd write down 3 things. What am I grateful for? My top goal for the day. And what is something I could do to support somebody else? And first it felt a little bit silly, right? But after about a week, I was a little bit more calm, a little more focused, and more productive. And even now, if I skip my routine for a few days, I feel it in my energy and also in my leadership. So I really got used to that. And I enjoyed doing that for myself. So what did that tell me? That routines, they create predictability and chaos. And when you have a morning anchor, you're less likely to be thrown off by the unexpected, right? Because you have something that really starts your day, right? Your routines, they build some self-trust, right? Keeping a promise to yourself, even something simple, it helps build confidence. And those routines, they reinforce your values. If value growth Maybe your routine includes reading. If you value connection, maybe it's sending a supportive text to somebody, that you lead or that you care about. Right? These routines, they help you lead by example. When your team sees you prioritizing your own well-being, it gives them permission to do the same, right? It gives them permission to also prioritize their well-being. So another quick personal story is, and I'm sure many of you have worked for similar leaders, but I worked for a leader who never ever took breaks. And so of course her team followed suit because they felt like, oh, my leader works really hard. She never takes breaks. I better work just as hard as her. And her team followed suit, right? They never took breaks. And of course, because we all never took breaks, burnout became very much the norm, right? She was burnt out. We were burnt out. The whole team, we burned out together. But then she started taking real breaks. So then when she started sharing that as her routine, the whole team shifted with her. And that became the norm. And she had to make it known that, okay, it's not okay for us to not take breaks. It's not okay for us to all become burned out. That's not okay. So we need to start prioritizing ourselves because we become better for it. Our work becomes better for it. And ultimately the company becomes better for it. So you have to model the behavior you want in your team and for the company, ultimately. What's one small thing you can do each morning that helps you feel grounded, right? What can you do if you could design your ideal morning routine? Even if you only had 10 minutes, what would it look like? Could you do a 10-minute meditation? Could you do 10 minutes of journaling? Maybe 10 minutes of reading? Sit in silence for 10 minutes. Have coffee with your partner. Call a friend. Most of my friends live in another state, and I often find myself very distant from them and missing them quite a bit. Maybe I need to prioritize those relationships. Maybe that's something I can do is have coffee talk with them. 10 minutes. So what would your ideal morning routine look like? Where are you letting other people's priorities hijack your mornings? So for me, I try to do some journaling, even if it's just one sentence, right? Even if it is just, what is my priority going to be that day? What is my thing that I need to make sure I get done that day? So this is a kind of practical real-world leadership habit that we actually explore in my new Certified Inclusive Leadership program. The CILP, it isn't just about theory, it's about building habits and systems that work in your real life. For more information, please do link in my bio, visit that link, or go to thrivecollectivehq.com and check out some of the new things that I'm offering. What I do challenge you to do is think about, what's that one routine, right? What's that one routine that you'd like to strengthen this week, and why? Really sit down and think about it. It's Sunday. Hopefully you have a little bit of time for yourself and you're not working today. So give it some thought. Right? Hopefully you can do a little something for yourself. Give that some thought today. And here's a quote that Jen got, who is leading as I mentioned at the beginning, the mastermind that I've joined to help me grow my business, my leadership. Don't wait to feel ready, which that's me today, honestly. Show up messy. You'll get ready along the way. So that's me, showing up messy, nervous, very unready, right? So you guys can get ready with me. So I'm showing up messy and I'm getting ready along the way. One of the books I recommend, I've read it a few times, is Atomic Habits by James Clear. I know quite a few people who've read it, but it's a good book. Even if you don't read it cover to cover, there's a lot of really great takeaways there. I enjoy that book, and I know there's workbooks and stuff that go along with it. That's definitely one I recommend and I revisit often. And in case you're wondering, yes, this is green mascara. Sometimes I don't like a super bold eye because over the years I've gotten into not super bold makeup as I've gotten older and just like to go light. So anyways, this is my Sunday, just going light on the look. Anyways, that's me getting ready. It's Memorial Day weekend. Not sure what we'll do today. Probably just take it easy at home. Anyways, thanks for being here as I step out of my comfort zone. Please do drop a comment or DM me about your routines or what you'd like to see in future lives. Leadership does start with how you show up for yourself every single day. And I never stop growing, and I hope you never stop growing. And I do appreciate those of you who do watch this later and support me along the way and who have supported me up until this point. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your Memorial Day weekend, and hope to see you here in a future Get Ready With Me live.